In my scene for the Great Gatsby project, in English 3 honors of Miss Hancock, we shot the scene of after Daisy and Tom leave the party, after like they had a terrible time pretty much at the party that Tom and Daisy specifically went to, and Gatsby and Nick are pretty much having a spill about how Daisy didn't enjoy it and like how Gatsby knew that she didn't because of how she acted and not the way she used to act when they were together. And then Gatsby pretty much speaks to the way like he knows he can make everything better by just keeping everything the way it was and not think about how things are now. They said she liked the party.
No, she didn't. She didn't have a good time tonight.
Of course she did.
She did not have a good time tonight.
Was it for the dance?
I mean, I don't know what it was. Just all night tonight, she had this attitude about her that something wasn't right. She didn't enjoy herself. Sorry, old sport. It's just, I'm going to ask of a big request of Daisy tomorrow.
What is that?
I'm going to tell her that I need her to tell Tom that she never loved him.
That's a big thing to ask of her. I mean, you can't repeat the past, Gatsby.
Why, of course you can repeat the past. You see, I want everything to be perfect for Daisy. I bought this house for Daisy. I have done everything for her. All I'm going to do is ask her to tell Tom that she never loved him. I mean, you know, it brings me back to the thought of 5 years ago that autumn when we were walking down the street and I looked into her eyes. And right before I kissed her, I stopped because I knew the moment that I kissed her, we would be forever wed. I looked up at the stars and saw a shooting star. Then I kissed her.
Well, I have to go, Gatsby. I have work in the morning.
You're wrong about the past, old sport. You can repeat it.
Hi. In my scene for the Great Gatsby, we did the funeral scene, and like the.
This is your part, not
I
mine.
know that, but I can't think of anything to say.
What happens?
Well,
What
for the
led up to
camera
that?
angle, we got our camera guy here to sit in a pool float and just kind of point up toward us and all that. And I think the really, I don't know, the big part of that scene was like where the list reading thing, because it kind of showed just how like planned out Gatsby has everything and just how in control he is and how much of a control freak he is. And yeah, pretty good for third minute. Throw it together last minute. So yeah.
Good.
Men, we are gathered here today in memory of this man, Jay Gatsby. We have been asked by Jay Gatsby's father, Mr. Gatz, if Nick, would you say a few words?
They're all a rotten crowd. You're worth a whole bunch.
As Psalms 18:1 says, I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress, and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust. My buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. Terribly sorry for your loss. I know everybody loved your son.
Thank you, Pastor. I come across this by accident the other day. Just shows you don't. Rise from bed, 6 o'clock. Dumbbell exercise, wall scaling, 6:15 to 6:30. Study electricity, 5:15. 7:15 to 8:15. Work, 8:30 to 4:30. Baseball and sports, 4:30 to 5:30. Practice elocution, poise, and how to attain it. 5:30 to 6. Study needed. Inventions. 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
Blessed are the dead, that the rain falls on.
Amen. Men, if you're ready, your car is ready.
Okay.
In my scene, we chose to do the scene where Gatsby gets killed and Wilson kills himself. And so we filmed this on Saturday, when it was about 58 degrees outside. And the pool water's about 40 degrees. So Miss Hancock, I better get an A on this. But anyways, though, we filmed the scene, and we represented where Gatsby was in the pool, and he was sort of like daydreaming of being with Daisy. And then Wilson comes up, and because his wife was killed, and he thinks Gatsby killed his wife. So he comes up and seeks revenge on Gatsby, I guess. And one of the things that I thought was kind of cool about this scene was we actually, whenever Gatsby gets shot, we actually included real gunshots. We had somebody in the background shooting a handgun. And the gun that Dakota was actually using was a real gun. And so that's about it. Better get an A, it was cold.
Hey, Gatsby. Gatsby? Gatsby! Look on 911.